No, I want to say something.
What do you want to say, baby?
Can you just please pray for us and give us a cure? A kidney.
Pray for a cure. A cure.
We can't really say it.
Cure.
Cure.
A cure.
Are we doing hashtag Cure 2025? Is that what we're looking for? We're looking for Cure 2025.
And make sure to go follow our TikTok at the Ladd Family.
Hey guys, it's the Ladd Family. And we got Harper, Ryan, Allie, and Lincoln. And Kennedy.
We want to welcome y'all to our channel. This is going to be episode 8 in our journey. Oh, what? Go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry.
I got more by
He touched the muffler on the side outside.
Yeah, and he burned his hand a few weeks ago. He was helping me in the yard, and
A few months ago.
a few months ago, and I was raking, just wasn't paying attention, and he reached up and grabbed the muffler on the side by side and burned his poor little hand. And but we got it bandaged up. Are you better now?
Yeah, and his hand looked better.
It did look better, didn't it?
Okay.
So like I said, this is going to be episode number 8 in our journey with MPS 1. What is it, bud?
And he got this poor little boo-boo right here.
Yeah, he's got a poor little boo-boo where his port was, wasn't it? Oh, you going to show him?
Whoa, wait. Before we start this video, they got to like,
And
subscribe,
and hit the bell.
so y'all can be notified every time we post a video.
And also we want to ask that you leave some comments down below, either critiquing this video, or we'd also like to hear some
Questions?
ideas or questions on some future videos, some questions about MPS or just us as general. We're basically an open book, and we like to put ourselves out there. So do what, baby?
And Lincoln hurt his toe.
And Lincoln hurt his toe.
And he scraped it. and he never wears shoes.
So if y'all couldn't tell, Lincoln kind of gets hurt a little bit and has some. Hey,
And
don't
me.
tell him, hush, boy.
Everyone gets hurt
I
sometimes.
want you to see his toes.
Look.
All right, so can we tell the story now?
No.
So in episode 7, we left off with what, bud?
Hi guys. Me.
Oh, you want to tell them?
Introduce
Look at the
yourself.
camera.
Hi guys. Ryan, Mama, Allie, Ryan, Candy Harbor.
Good job, Lincoln.
Good job, buddy.
Hi guys. Ryan, Mama.
Madeline's not here.
Why?
So thank you guys so much for coming back. This is episode 8, and when we left off in episode 7, Lincoln, you know that we've had a little boy. His name is Lincoln. So Lincoln's born, he's been diagnosed, and now we are getting prepared for Lincoln's transplant. The last 10 days that we were home in Tennessee was complete chaos. It's chaos when you're a procrastinator and you're waiting till the last minute to pack, and then the last days you're home, you're in the hospital. So it was definitely chaos. We had planned on going up. We were supposed to be there on August 14th, and we had planned up going up that Friday and doing like a last family hoorah together. And plans changed, as they always do. Cincinnati called, and they want us to come up early. They want us to be there on Sunday. So we scurried, and we didn't leave till Saturday.
Yeah, it was Saturday because we spent Saturday night in downtown, and we took Kennedy.
Well, and because Friday, he had been in the hospital, is what happened. He had been in the hospital Friday for a fever, and that's what kept happening to him the last days we were home. When you have a port, if you get a fever, you have to go straight to the hospital. And so that's why Lincoln had no other issues except he kept getting a fever. So they wanted us to come up, and we couldn't get, he was in the hospital, couldn't get packed. So we finally pulled out, I think it was like noon on Saturday. And
it was late. I remember because we didn't get to Cincinnati till almost dark.
That's what I think my journal
That's
entry
always
had
what
said.
happens.
Huh?
I said that's always what
Hey, don't be
happens.
calling us out, girl.
I mean,
It's
Harper's calling us out on being late, and you can tell by when this video being published that we're late. We were doing good putting one out once a week, and then once a month, and here we are 3 months later.
Then
So we were-
COVID-19 hit, and we just got lazy. So
Yeah. So we were late getting there that night. We got to have a really good meal, and we took Kendi on a horse carriage ride, and then we had to be at the hospital the next morning. So the next morning we go in, and to our knowledge, we were going in to be inpatient, and we'd sat downstairs, and my mind was racing. I was going crazy. All the emotions, I've never felt emotions like that. You know, people said it would be easy, you know what you're going into, but I think it was so much worse because I knew what I was going into, and it was very scary. I was in denial that Lincoln had MPS. I didn't think he looked like he had MPS. I was looking for different signs that he didn't have it, and I really felt like he didn't have it. And so as I was sitting there in the waiting room to go inpatient, I was messaging the geneticist, I was messaging my BMT doctor, given this is on a Sunday, so nobody's replying back, and I was just trying to get confirmation that they knew for sure Lincoln had MPS. And I was looking at Ryan, and I can remember Ryan saying that day, we don't have to do this today. And I knew we did. So we went up on the floor. It's A5 at Cincinnati Children's. That's the cancer BMT floor. And so we went into A5, and they literally just checked him over, which they said, you know, they wanted to check him out, but I was thinking blood work, test. I mean, they pretty much came in, looked him over with their eyes, checked his temperature, and said, same plans as we had planned, and it'll all start tomorrow. And so that meant on Monday he was going to have his CVC lines placed. And I don't know if I don't think you start chemo that day, but basically that was the start of our journey. We would be inpatient and until after transplant. So since that's all they did, you never know until you ask. And so I asked if we could leave and have one last day together. And I can't remember. I think we had to go back that night. I don't think we stayed in a hotel.
no, it was just a day pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got a day pass. And so we got to leave the hospital. And we took Kendi to a place called Summit Park, and it is in Blue Ash. It's a really nice, it used to be an airport that they've turned into like a common area, has some restaurants and a playground, and they have an ice cream shop. Kendi, do you know what the name of the ice cream shop is?
Nanny Belly.
It's called Nanny Bell's. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they have a really cool story that it was started because they
And my
had
tongue turned blue in the mat.
they had a special needs child, and they wanted to give their child somewhere to work. So I think that's really cool. But we had went there to get ice cream, and we were sitting in a common area, and my extroverted husband met some friends.
Well, we just had general conversation. I think actually Nana was with us at this time, so it was community seating out in this open area. All the restaurants kind of overlooked the playground area and the play yard area and stuff of that nature. So it was just general seating or community type seating, and we got to talking, and this couple recognized our accent and knew that we weren't from there because we were saying y'all and talking country and everything else. So they're like, you guys are not from around here. And so that's how the conversation got started of why we were there. And they actually, not to get too much into their personal life, but they have a son that has diabetes. And so they're familiar with Cincinnati Children's. And so that just got the conversation going and started. And so we just told our story, they told theirs, and then just kind of had general conversation, nothing big. And they were leaving, and so we were sitting back there and still eating our ice cream. And so this woman come walking back, and she was walking towards me. Allie had her back to her, so Allie didn't really see her coming back, but I seen her and didn't think anything of it. I thought she may have just forgot something, or the ice cream was pretty good, so she may be going to get some more ice cream. I didn't know. So anyway, she walks up to us and she hands her a card and says, we tried to pull out of the parking lot, but we could not pull out of the parking lot. We just built a brand new house down the road about a mile from here, and we have a full basement, fully furnished, full everything that you would need, and their kids are older and grown. So she said there's nobody else there but her and her husband, and they basically opened their house up to us. And so that was just a God showing up and showing out, you know, to offer two hillbillies or a family of hillbillies from Tennessee your full basement like that was just no other act than an act of God showing out right there. So we had an apartment at the time in Cincinnati, so we just kind of talked back and forth with them, got to know them, and had dinner with them. And actually Kennedy, Lincoln was still inpatient. Kennedy dressed up as a witch for Halloween, and we really didn't know where to go.
And we went to bed to Magda.
You're going to have to stop spoiling the story, girl. And so we didn't really know where to go in Cincinnati, and we really hadn't talked to Beth and Mike all that much. But I just out of the blue texted them and said, how do y'all feel about Kennedy coming and trick-or-treating in your neighborhood? And they just like they opened up their home, they opened up their hearts and said, come on, and we'll take her around the neighborhood. And so that's what we did. And I think you made it to what, 2, maybe 3? You made it to 3 houses, and she was done. So we went back and just had a good conversation and good fellowship with them, and that's, they fell in love with Kennedy, and we fell in love with them, and so now that's Kennedy and Lincoln's grandparents in Ohio. So they've been really good to us and a big blessing, and now they open their home every time that we have appointments in Cincinnati. They're like, you are not staying in a hotel, you're staying here. So they make us stay at their house, and it's just a really good facility for Kennedy and Lincoln. They can play and have fun in the floor and not have to worry about germs and everything of that nature. So it's our home away from home, and our family away from home as well. So
it's their Ohio home and their Ohio family.
that's right.
And
Gma comes and she sees us, and she brings presents. Prizes.
She brings prizes to you.
Kenny's telling you that Gma comes, and Gma is basically her great grandmother in Cincinnati, so it's Beth's mom, and she's saying Gma always brings prizes.
And Beth and Mike has prizes.
And Beth and Mike have prizes, just like a grandparent, huh? So Ryan had mentioned, just real quick, I don't know how much of our journey you followed. He mentioned so that, you know, they could play and be safe and not be in the germs. So when you've had a bone marrow transplant, and at the point that Lincoln was in, and really the point we're in right now, especially with corona, is they have a weakened immune system, and they can't, at that point, you can't get sick, you can't be around germs, you can't use, you know, dish towels, we wipe everything out when we would go to a restaurant. You're really supposed to be isolated. A lot of bone marrow families stay isolated up to 2 years, and sometimes even more. And so germs is a really big thing when you've been through chemo and you've been through a bone marrow transplant. That's why corona is a little bit, Ryan had mentioned it's corona time right now, so since this is a little bit of our documentary, corona we think would be really serious for Kennedy and Lincoln. MPS already affects their airways, which is part of corona. They already have cardiology problems and pulmonary problems and lung problems. So a lot of the same things that corona affects, MPS has already taken from them. So that's why we're on high alert. Just as we hear a lot, you know, that it's just like the flu, or the flu's worse. And I don't know which way I am or really how I feel about it, but I know that just a year ago, Lincoln got transplanted. Lincoln got sent by, what do you call it? It's not Lifestar.
No, it was a medical plane that
we got transplanted by plane because Lincoln had
got transplanted. Got transplanted.
That's
by
what
plane?
I keep saying. Transplanted.
Or transported.
Transported, yeah. So we got transported by plane just because Lincoln had the flu. And so that's why we're just extremely careful, because we saw what the flu did, so we don't know what corona would do. And Lincoln just got normal. So we're just trying to be as careful as we can, but still give them a fun life. We were really tight and locked up in here. We've given up a little leniency. Harper lives right next door, so we love to be with Harper, and we love to be with some of Harper's friends. So we have let them see a few people, but it's crazy times right now. We wanted to put that in our video just as documentation. And so if you're experiencing corona,
I want to say something.
You're in our
prayers are
prayers.
with you. Yeah. And Kennedy wants to say something.
And we went on the water slide today, and one of our friends came in. All our friends, not all of them, some of them, and Addie and Kendall came
Our
and we did
friends.
the water slide.
So we did a slip and slide outside in the yard with some tarps and plastic, and they've had a ball doing that all day long. It's been a really
And we
good
did
time.
soap with it.
Yeah, put soap in there.
And during the COVID-19, we've been sanitizing and not letting the kids go in any stores because we're taking this cautious and we're taking this careful.
We're
Yeah,
trying to.
Kendi and
Yes.
Lincoln have not been anywhere since
And we
the first
not
week of
do-
March.
And
And we're wearing our mask everywhere we go.
And we might do a sleepover on my birthday.
Maybe.
Kendi has big wishes for her birthday. Her birthday is June 15th. We have a fundraiser
And
on
I
Facebook.
have a haircut on
June
June
16th.
16th.
We have a fundraiser on Facebook right now that runs from the beginning of May through June, and that is for, even though Ryan's oddball out, his birthday's in April, but we do it in honor of Ryan's birthday, Kendi's birthday, Lincoln's birthday, and my birthday, and also for MPS Awareness Day. So there's multiple reasons. It's the second largest fundraiser for the Kendi Lab Foundation. So find us on Facebook, donate. Our goal this year was $6,000 because, why do we choose 6? Who's turning 6? Because Kennedy's turning 6. So help us meet our goal. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube.
And YouTube.
And Kennedy wants you to follow her. She likes to make TikTok videos.
Yeah,
And how
and
many
we-
followers do we need on YouTube?
1,000.
She wants 1,000 followers on
Actually,
YouTube.
And then we want to gain up to 1 million.
So hopefully Ryan gets this video posted by her birthday. And so you can tell everybody, what do you want for your birthday?
Oh, a lot of things.
But the followers.
Mm-hmm.
You want 1,000? You want? Is that what you want for your birthday?
1,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we want to be famous on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So we were doing all these videos with, we were trying to keep them about 25 minutes or less. We know that everybody doesn't have much time and that everybody's crazy busy, and especially right now with everything that's going on. So we're going to try and keep our future videos 10 minutes or less, and so hopefully that'll help with everybody's time and take care of that. We want some comments down below on what you thought of crazy Lincoln in this video. And just
Any questions you need to ask us?
Yeah, any questions that you need to ask us? Like
Stop, Kenny.
like I said, we are an open book, and basically we put our lives out on social media, so you can find us on Instagram and TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. So
All by typing in the Ladd family.
yeah, search the Ladd family. You'll find us on there. And so yeah, leave us some comments below on future videos that you'd like to see, any questions that you may have, and we're still new to this whole YouTube thing. So go ahead, girl.
And don't worry, we will reply to your comments at the end. We will.
Either we will or Harper will. She's
I will.
pretty good about replying to comments for
Yes.
us as well. So yeah, any critiques that you may have about our videos, and
We're not scared. We don't care. We don't
all
care.
the above. So just go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button along with the bell so that you're notified of future videos. Leave us comments below, and also in our description below, if you're we've had a few questions about some of the gear that we use for our videos. So all those are down in the
Click the arrow and they'll go down and you can look at our gear.
and links to everything that we use is there. So and we do, I'll go ahead and tell you that is affiliate links, so we do get a small kickback on that, but all the content's free and free information. So we want to thank y'all for watching this episode. We will get episode 9 out a lot quicker.
Yes, we will.
And
Also go watch our last video, the Washington video.
yep, where we went to Washington and went on Capitol Hill to fight legislation, didn't we, baby?
And you might not see Lincoln in it.
Yeah, Lincoln
He
stayed
was in the
home.
last part.
Yeah, Lincoln's
in the
at the
last
end.
part.
Yeah.
Where you brought him as present. Thank you guys. We love you all. God bless every one of you, and we hope that everybody's staying
Stay
healthy.
safe. Stay
Stay
healthy.
safe and don't get sick during this coronavirus.
Don't get sick during the coronavirus.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye to the Life family. Bye.
Make sure you subscribe and like and turn on the post notification bell so you can be part of the Life family.
Woo-woo.
Bye, guys.